When you start breastfeeding, it's a good idea to learn how to express your breast milk. It may benefit your baby if he's born early or needs a little time to learn to feed at the breast. Later on, if you wish, it can allow you to have some time away from your baby or return to work while continuing to breastfeed. In this film, we'll meet 3 mums who express their breast milk. We'll learn how to do it and how it can benefit you and your baby. Mum of 3, Dee, has been hand expressing since her eldest was born.
Hey, my friend.
It's a skill she still uses as part of her breastfeeding routine with 4-month-old daughter, Melody.
You use your hand to express the milk, so you basically take your hands and you basically squeeze the breast milk out with your hands rather than using any utensils.
Always give your hands a good wash before expressing and make sure you use a clean container, sterile for a preterm baby. It helps the milk flow to be able to see your baby or a picture of her. A warm shower or flannel on your breasts can also help, as can massaging them. Lactation expert Marjorie is here to give Dee some extra tips on massage. Massaging your breasts is important because it stimulates oxytocin, the hormone that releases the milk already made and stored in your breast.
So if you make a fist with your hand and then use your knuckle to gently put pressure on your breast from the top of the breast towards the nipple and go all around. So try not to slide so you don't bruise. So it's very much about using, yeah, that's it.
You may find it more comfortable to use the flat of your hand or fingers to gently massage around the breast. Gently fluttering your fingers over your nipple also helps to stimulate milk flow. After massaging your breasts for a minute or 2, you're ready to express. Create a C shape with your finger and thumb and then place your fingers about 2.5 centimetres from the base of your nipple. Rhythmically compress and release your finger and thumb as if you were bringing them together.
Well, there we go. Can you see? Sometimes that happens quite quick and sometimes that takes a bit of time. So do not worry if sometimes it takes a little bit of time. It's about then moving your fingers around and finding different ducts. That might work a little bit better.
There are lots of ducts connected to the lobes all around the breast where milk is produced. Move your thumb and fingers around the breast to get the milk out of all of them.
Well done. You've done that very well. You moved your thumb around a little bit to find a different spot.
Don't pull, squeeze hard or slide your hands over the breast, as this may cause bruising. In the first days of your baby's life, you'd expect to express small quantities of colostrum, which is often yellow in colour. If your newborn baby seems reluctant to attach at the breast, giving him some expressed colostrum can help. Even tiny amounts of expressed colostrum are beneficial if you have a preterm baby who can't feed at the breast. For more information, you may find it helpful to watch the short film on feeding preterm babies on your DVD. Around the 3rd or 4th day, you'll probably notice a change as your milk begins to come in. Your milk will become whiter and more fluid. If your breasts begin to feel very full, hand expressing a little milk can be a good way to avoid painful engorgement and make it easier for your baby to attach and have a good feed.
I would definitely recommend hand pumping to anybody.
Once your milk supply is well established and you can express larger quantities, you can begin building up a stock of milk for your baby. Linda has been expressing milk for several months, so while she's out, Dad or a babysitter can still give breast milk to 10-month-old Kiva.
I kept expressing the past few months to have milk available, that I could have some flexibility and freedom, that I could go out, go shopping, I could meet up with people, I could go out in the evenings, me and her dad could go out, that I didn't have to be with the baby all the time. Expressing milk meant that I had the option. I could go out, but she would still be being fed. So it's a reassurance to know that she's still getting milk whenever I'm not with her.
Many mothers find it quick and comfortable to use a breast pump, although starting off by hand expressing is still a good way to stimulate the flow of milk. There's a wide range of hand and electric pumps available. You can express from one breast at a time or both together. Double pumping can save you time, and there is evidence that it may be more effective. You can use an expressing bra or adapt a sports bra to hold the collecting sets in place and keep your hands free. The milk you express can be safely stored in sterilised containers or sealed sterile bags for up to 5 days in the back of your fridge at 4 degrees Celsius or lower, for 2 weeks in the ice compartment of a fridge, or up to 6 months in your freezer. It's best to let frozen milk thaw in the fridge or under cool running water. Once breast milk has been defrosted, use straight away, never refreeze it. You can warm the breast milk to feeding temperature in a container of warm water. You should never use a microwave to thaw or heat expressed breast milk, or heat it directly in a pan. Linda will soon be returning to work and plans to continue breastfeeding.
I'm still enjoying it. She's still enjoying it. It's really important that work doesn't affect that and that they're supportive of me keeping going.
Linda will need to be able to express breast milk at work, and she's gone to speak to her employer to make sure everything is arranged in advance.
There's a room that I'm going to use, has been assigned, it's now got a lock on it, that I can have a private space to go in and express. And it was a big step to actually say to my boss, you know, I'm going to breastfeed. What made it handier was that I had got leaflets about returning to work and breastfeeding. So I kind of used those as the way to start the conversation, to say, look, I want to breastfeed whenever I go back, and this is what's required of you. So that was an easy introduction into the conversation that I didn't know how I was going to bring up the subject.
Community nurse Laura is also a breastfeeding mum. She's been back at work for several months and expresses some breast milk once a day.
I work in different areas, and generally I just go along when I feel I need to and ask for a private room. But your employer is obliged to provide a private room with a sink for you, and also they are actually obliged to provide a fridge for you to store your breast milk in. I don't generally do that. I just generally keep my milk in the cool bag, because you can keep it for between 6 and 8 hours in a cool bag, and I'm always home by the end of that time anyway.
For Laura, returning to work was no barrier to breastfeeding.
Hello! Mikey! Hello, darling!
Expressing at work means that she can leave breast milk for her toddler Michael to have when she can't be with him, and both she and her son continue to enjoy a special bond through breastfeeding.
It was something that we got so much enjoyment out of, and it was also the thought of being able to come home at the end of the day and have that time and those few minutes together and just, you know, reconnect with the wee one and just relax. It's lovely. Gives me a chance to kind of come back down a wee bit and get a chance to get a cuddle of my wee boy as well. It's great.
For more information on breastfeeding and returning to work or study, go to the Start for Life website. To learn more about expressing for a premature or sick baby, see Best Beginnings Small Wonders DVD.